with the Champions League group stage officially done this season, and that being the last Champions League group stage we will ever see in the Champions League, with next year seeing more of a league format, I thought what better time than to go through my predictions for the group stages, how it panned out, and which teams exactly disappointed and why. So that's what we will be talking about today. So what's going on, everyone? You're listening to Back of the Net here. I hope you're all doing well. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into it. So with Group A, it was Bayern Munich, Manchester United, Copenhagen, and Galatasaray. And if you go watch that video, my first video on the channel, I said I thought this was a straightforward group. I thought that it should be easy. It should be Bayern, Man United, Galatasaray, and Copenhagen. And I thought at most the biggest shock we would get is if Copenhagen maybe finishes over Galatasaray. That's what I thought it was. I knew a game in Turkey is always going to be hard for whichever team it is. And I mean, that did prove right. But I was tremendously wrong in this. First of all, thinking Copenhagen is going to finish last. I think they surprised everyone and finished second. They had some really good performances, especially against United. But then again, who didn't have a good performance against United? But United are obviously the huge talking point here. Bayern obviously topped the group. Galatasaray got Europa League, but United finished bottom of the group. And I won't lie, I don't even think the biggest Man United haters could have foreseen that. I think the biggest Man United hater could maybe say that United would have finished third behind Galatasaray or something, but to finish bottom of the group. And I said in a previous video that this isn't an easy group, right? Because you do have Bayern Munich. But outside of those two Bayern Munich games, it's a fairly easy group for Champions League standards. You go look at the group that Newcastle got in comparison to what Man United got, and it puts it in perspective. It's an easy-ish group. United should not be finishing bottom of the table, but we know they did. It's just, I don't think anyone could have foreseen that. Now on to Group B, which was Arsenal, PSV, Lens, and Sevilla. And this is the group I should specialize in, being that I am an Arsenal fan. I have an Arsenal channel. I cover Arsenal every day. And I wasn't too wrong. I did predict Arsenal would top the group, and I was right with that. But the rest of it, maybe I wasn't so accurate. I thought PSV would finish third. I thought Lens would finish bottom, and I thought Sevilla would finish second. But you look at it, PSV finished second and they were pretty decent. Lens finished third, but Sevilla finished bottom of the group. They didn't even qualify for Europa, which is a first. Sevilla were winless in the whole Champions League group stage and only got 2 points. 2 points, bro. Sevilla is a really good team that has some good veteran experience, one of which is Sergio Ramos, who has won the Champions League countless amount of times. How Sevilla finished fourth, I have no clue. Honestly, if I was a Sevilla fan, I would be absolutely shocked and I would be crying for the manager's head. To finish fourth in that group, it's a Europa League group. I said Arsenal, and basically the rest will be Europa League teams. It is a Europa League group, so for Sevilla to finish bottom of the group, I don't know, it really took me by surprise, and I don't think I'm the only one. Now on to Group C, which was Real Madrid, Napoli, Braga, and Union Berlin, and I don't get too much right? But this group I got completely right, top to bottom. Real Madrid first. They won 6 from 6, which is a huge achievement in itself. Napoli finished in second, 8 points behind Real Madrid, but 6 points ahead of third place Braga. And Union Berlin, they were just catastrophic, finishing fourth with 2 points, the exact same record as Sevilla. Overall, a really disappointing performance. A lot of people came into the Champions League thinking Union Berlin may be a dark horse for this. They just shat the bed, didn't they? Real Madrid first, Napoli second, Braga third, Union Berlin fourth. That's how I predicted it, and I don't often get too much right, so I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that. Now on to Group D, and I came into this group thinking, you know what, I said Real Sociedad's a good team and people mustn't sleep on them. They've done very well last season in La Liga, so they're gonna play really well in the Champions League this season. And I wasn't wrong. Real Sociedad topped the group, Inter Milan second, Benfica third, Salzburg fourth. But with that being said, I don't think I ever pictured Sociedad winning the group outright the way they did. Now, if you actually look at the group, it is one tight group. Sociedad and Inter Milan, first and second, they both had 3 wins and 3 draws. Their goal difference is +5 and their points are 12. The only reason Sociedad topped the group is from head-to-head play. Then you go look at third and fourth. Benfica and Salzburg, 1 win, 1 draw and 4 losses each, -4 goal difference each and 4 points each. And the only reason that Benfica go to the Europa League and Salzburg don't is from head-to-head play. A really tight group. I don't think we've ever seen this before, but it is what it is. I did think Sociedad would probably finish third, Salzburg fourth. I thought Benfica second and Inter Milan should comfortably win the group. That's what I said. And I was wrong, obviously. But I mean, I wasn't too far off, I suppose. Nah, I was. But yeah, that's the group. I don't think any team in that group was necessarily a disappointment. But I don't think anyone, including me, saw Sociedad doing so well. Now on to Group E, which it was a toss-up group, let's be honest. There's a lot of teams that are of equal quality. It was Atletico, Lazio, Feyenoord, and Celtic. And I think I put Celtic second or third for it. It depended on how they played and how they played at home. They finished bottom of the group with 4 points. I don't actually think they were that bad. They finished off the Champions League campaign with a 2-1 victory over Feyenoord. But I mean, Atletico basically, after the first match there, after that first hiccup where the Lazio goalkeeper scored the equalizer, I think Atletico pretty much were professional about this, went about their business, won the group. 4 wins, 2 draws, 14 points, 11 goal difference. They looked comfortable throughout. Lazio finished second with 10 points, 0 goal difference, but 10 points nonetheless. Feyenoord got the Europa League spot, which I didn't really foresee. I thought Celtic would get it, but maybe I'm just not in the know of how good Feyenoord are. So Feyenoord got 6 points, finishing third, and Celtic were rock bottom. So I wouldn't say completely wrong, because I did expect Atletico and Lazio to be the top 2, but I was only wrong for Feyenoord and Celtic. So you know what, I'll take that. Now on to Group F, which was the group of death, a nightmare for any one of those 4 teams. And I expected PSV to win the group. I expected AC Milan to finish second. I expected Dortmund to finish third, and I did say Newcastle would probably be bottom of the group. For the only reason I said that, by the way, is because I thought Newcastle lacked experience in the Champions League. But I did say it won't surprise me if Newcastle win the group. Yeah, that was wrong, because I did think Newcastle could be a dark horse, and rightfully so. I think everyone around the football world thought, you know what, I know the odds are stacked against Newcastle, but they could be a dark horse, and boy were we wrong. Now listen, I want to say, I think every team here actually put in a good shift. I mean, even Newcastle, who finished bottom of the group, but you got 5 points against Dortmund, PSG, and AC Milan, which, I mean, 1 win, 2 draws, and that win, by the way, was a 4-0 thrashing of PSG at home. I think there's a lot of positives to take for Newcastle. I know they would have liked to at least get Europa League, but it is what it is. That's how the cookie crumbles. It is what it is. You move on. I will take that if I'm Newcastle. Yes, you finished bottom of the group, but you only minus 1 goal difference. You got 5 points. You beat PSG the way you did at home, and it's your first Champions League back for what, 20 years? So I don't think it's that bad for Newcastle. AC Milan, I expected them to finish second, but I think that slow start they had with so many draws just kind of hurt them, if anything. Dortmund finishing top of the group, I don't think anyone saw that. I saw Dortmund maybe finish in second at best, but I did expect them to finish third. They went out and won the group, only losing once. They looked really good in damn near every game they played. PSG, they were a disappointment, if I'm being honest. I don't think it's the same PSG as last year. I said that when I was predicting the groups, that this PSG is not nearly as strong as the one from last year. Even on paper and the way they play, they're just not the same. And it proved to be true. They only got 2 wins. They got 2 draws. They got 2 losses, plus 1 goal difference, but they got 8 points. And if you look at it, AC Milan also got 8 points. The exact same record, just lower goal difference. So that's what made PSG go ahead into the knockout stages. Very close call for PSG, but it is what it is. They'll take it, I'm sure. I just think PSG needs some January reinforcements, because this team ain't it. On to Group G, and this one was clear cut. It's the exact way I predicted it to be, and it's the exact way it ended. Man City winning the group, 6 wins from 6, a good achievement, 11 goal difference, 18 points, easy work for Man City. I mean, what more is there to say? Does this surprise me, especially with the group they got? Absolutely not. RB Leipzig, I expected them to finish second, and they did very well, only losing to Man City in the group stage and winning every other game against every other team. Young Boys finishing third, I predicted. They got a win, they got a draw, and 4 losses, pretty standard. And then Red Star Belgrade, well, they were just there for vibes, to be honest, so it is what it is. They got 1 point, finished bottom of the group, and looked a shambles for most of it. And on to the final group, Barcelona, Porto, Shakhtar, and Royal Antwerp. And how I predicted it going was that exact way it finished, was Barcelona, Porto, Shakhtar, and Antwerp. But I did say Porto and Shakhtar could kind of be tossed up in the air. I could see Shakhtar finishing second. I could see Porto finishing second. And Porto did a lot better than I expected of them. They had the exact same record as Barcelona, even a higher goal difference, but the head-to-head is what cost them. Barcelona topped the group with 12 points. Porto coming at second with 12 points. Shakhtar were pretty good throughout the group. 3 wins and 3 losses. Finishing third, getting into the Europa League. I think they'll take that. And Royal Antwerp, all the way up until the last match day, were just shameless. I mean, they lost all 5 games until then. 12 goal difference at the time. But that last game they played Barcelona at home, and when you thought it was going to be like a 2-0 win for Barca, Royal Antwerp finally showed some life, I guess, and won 3-2 against Barcelona, getting at least 3 points, something to hold their hats on, and I think they will take that as well. So overall, now that I'm saying all this out loud, I actually don't think I predicted badly. Now, does that mean I am an elite predictor and I should go into sports betting? Probably not, but I am quietly happy with my predictions. Look, no one's going to get everything right. I don't even think I got 50% right, but what I did get right, I will take. But yeah, guys, that's the video. Let me know in the comments below which team disappointed you the most. Which game did you guys enjoy the most in the group stage? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.